What does dog-friendly actually mean? Most people think it means a decent fence, but after hosting thousands of dog holidays, I can tell you that fence height is only part of the story. I'm Carl from Woodfarm Barns, and this is one of the biggest details dog owners should look at before booking. Because secure doesn't always mean suitable. A garden might be perfectly fine for one dog and completely wrong for another. A calm, older Labrador and a determined terrier aren't looking at the same garden. One sees a nice patch of grass, the other sees an escape room. So here are the things that I'd check. First, look at the gate gap. Not the impressive bit at eye level, the boring bit down at the bottom. Small dogs don't care how smart the gate looks. They care whether or not there's a gap they can squeeze under, nose through, dig at, or worry away at for 10 minutes while you're making a cup of tea. Second, look at the weak points. Where does the fence meet the hedge? Is there a dip in the ground? Is there an old bit of boundary that looks fine in a photo but might not hold back a determined dog? Photos often show the pretty angle. Dogs often find the practical angle. Third, think about the visual triggers. This is a huge one for reactive or vocal dogs. A see-through boundary might technically be enclosed, but if your dog can see every person, dog, cyclist or pheasant going past, you may spend the week listening to them telling the entire county about it. Sometimes a solid barrier is much calmer than a pretty one. It gives the dogs less to react to. We've got slatted gates, so curious canines can watch the world go by, but we're also ready to cover them in an instant for reactive dogs. Look, and there we go, instantly covered up for reactive dogs. Fourth, ask how the space works when people are distracted. A garden might be enclosed, but the risky moments are often the ordinary ones. Arriving with bags, opening the back door first thing in the morning, clipping leads on, carrying shopping in, or assuming someone else has shut the gate. At Wood Farm, we've spent years learning from real dog holidays. Our enclosed gardens, pooch paddock, and secure dog spaces aren't just there because they sound good on a website. They're there because we know what owners worry about, and we know where the problems tend to happen. A secure garden shouldn't just tick a box. It should help you relax. So before you book anywhere, don't just ask, is the garden secure? Ask, is it secure for my dog? That's the expert question and the one you should be asking. And if you're looking for a dog-friendly stay where those details have already been thought through, have a look at our reviews, have a look at some of our other videos, and feel free to email me, carl@woodfarmbarns.com, or give me a ring on 07810 371218.